Well, in the first quarter of 2015, an insurance bill is going to be passed by the UK Parliament, which will bring about the most significant change in English insurance law for 110 years since the Marine Insurance Act of 1906. But it isn't just going to change English law insurance policies, it's going to change the whole way that the London market does business, so that those risk managers and those firmer members and companies who participate, who access London, will also see changes in the way they do business. Now, the law is going to change in a way that is positive for policyholders. So it's a good news story, but there are going to be some practical operational changes that will affect both risk managers and brokers. Well, let me take the timing one first. Assuming the bill is passed into law by, say, March 2015, there will then be an 18-month period of implementation before the law changes. So that would be October 2016. However, there's a lot that risk managers can do in the intervening period to improve the quality of the insurance products they're buying so that the policies are much more robust and resilient. As to what they can do differently, the key thing is that risk managers are going to have to grapple with carrying out what will be known as a reasonable search for information about their businesses, whether it's a property risk or a liability risk, so that they can make a fair presentation of that risk to the insurers in the London market. And that reasonable search is going to involve them engaging with their business colleagues, with their senior management and with their brokers in new ways. So it'll be many of the things that they have been familiar with doing in the past, but they'll need to tackle them in new ways, and there will need to be a new level of formality, I think, about demonstrating that one's attempted to gather information in a structured, reasonable way. I think the key area here is in delineation of responsibility. The brokers are going to, in my view, have a more advisory role, working with policyholders to explain what they need to do. And critically, the knowledge that brokers acquire about their clients' risks will be attributed to the clients themselves for the purposes of giving disclosure. So there's going to be some important work to be done about delineation of responsibilities and about recording what it is that the brokers know themselves, because that body of information will form part of the information that the risk manager, that the insured has to disclose to ensure that the insurance policy purchased is robust and resilient. And there's going to be a lot of work to be done there around terms of engagement in particular. I think the critical changes are that it is less likely that in the event of a non-disclosure situation or a misrepresentation situation, and these are practically very challenging for complex international businesses, it is very difficult to gather the information you need. But in those sorts of situations where something has slipped through the crack, it is less likely that the insurers will be able to avoid the insurance policy and leave the risk manager in that terribly difficult situation where the policy is unwound. There will be a series of proportionate remedies to deal with situations like that, which put the policyholder, generally speaking, in a much better position.